has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Once we get it to work the way we need it to. How about that? How about that? When technology works for you, it works great. We'll do it right. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary, I said the legendary, Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I'll be your host for the evening. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know what this is, and you know how we do it each and every Thursday night. And we've been doing this and doing this and doing it well for 15 episodes. Let's keep it going, y'all. As I said, we do this every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're watching on one of these streams, and we truly, truly appreciate you, and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe. We're going to show you this evening. We do this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. All right, we would like to thank the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, and Education of America for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoom verse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. If you're not down with RMT by now, damn it, you should be. That cat's dope. Elemen2al.com is where you can find me. Take the T out, put in the number 2, elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Plug in, trust, and believe. So many things. Tonight's theme, weeds appreciation, natural herbs, right? When I was digging into this, literally and figuratively, I found a list of like 39 weeds that people would just normally throw out that can actually save your life. And that's what just made me think of, like, oh my goodness. And when I found that list, it was even just confirmation. So that's what we're talking about this evening. Whichever weeds that you dig, whichever natural herbs that you dig, I'm looking forward to those stories, how they've healed you, how they've spiced your life. If your artwork is not on theme this evening, that's totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of the artistry you are bringing and sharing with us this evening. All right. Next week's theme, historians, keepers of keys. Let's keep in mind, folks, next week will already be into National Poetry Month, right? So this will actually be day 4 of National Poetry Month this year. I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be my 10th year taking on the challenge of 30 for 30. If you haven't tried it, I am challenging you to do it. If it's your first time, it's okay. Give yourself some grace. But it is a wonderful exercise, and it will take the rest of your writing into a stratosphere for the rest of the year. Trust and believe. So next week, historians, keepers of keys, and we're going to be knee-deep in Poetry Month. So bring your artwork. Let's get to it. Let's get to the rules so we can get to the art this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We're trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your performance. All right, so turn your cameras on. As you're getting ready, have your artwork ready. All right, if you're using music, which is totally cool, make sure you have the setting set for original music for a musician or original sound for musicians. Make sure you are using or playing original music. We don't want the agents of the interweb interfering with our streams in any way. So make sure you have on your original sound and you're playing original music. If you're going analog, dog ear the page. Digital, have it pulled up so we can get to it. All right. Also, before or after you rip, make sure you change your name in Zoom and put your information in the chat so folks can follow you. All right. It's the greatest community in the world, and we are all about community in this building. All right. Artists, you got 3 minutes to rock. Please keep in mind that there are 20 folks on this guaranteed list and folks who want to get down on the good luck round. All right. So try to keep it tight so we can get it right. All right. We have reached night 30 for the babies, folks. I'm telling you, I try to warn you. I really, really do. Right. Night 30 for the babies. There are explicit lyricists in our community, and some that may even bring about some triggering flashbacks. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. There is no censorship, right? This art form of ours is a walking, breathing trigger warning. All right? Thou hath been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and share a true essence of who they are, they spill it out on this microphone. You'll see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all your energy, all your exuberance with the audience, with the community. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. All right? So make sure you share that energy. All of it will come back to you in the artist's performance. I promise you. The guaranteed list tonight is closed. To sign up, you go to Nuyoricanpoets.org, Nuyorican.org on 24 hours before the show, which will be Wednesday at 8 p.m. You click on full events calendar. You click on the Thursday you want to get down on. You need an artist RSVP ticket to get on the guaranteed list. It's the only way you're getting on, and they won't populate until 24 hours before the show. If you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the Bowery Slam. It goes down. Also, at the Lower East Side Center, the open mic hosted by Soul Preem, definitely going down. The teen open mic still in the mix, so make sure you're plugging in with that. And Final Fridays hosted by Tony McPherson. It is amazing, folks, and it is nothing but the best of the best coming through there. So make sure you are plugging in. Tonight's list, look at these incredible artists. Some folks that we haven't seen in a while. We got some new voices in the building. Let's get to it, folks. Shall we? There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? What's good? Always great to see all of you. Always great to feel your energy. Let's get to this. Let's get to this. So, setting us off this evening, as I'll put the information in the chat, our resident blacksmith is here. And no doubt, he is ready to be our resident lighthouse. As we always appreciate him for doing exactly what he does. The one and only Michael Sindler in the building. let these folks know where they can find you and all the incredible things you do. It is great to see you. Please set it off this evening.
Yeah, hey, great to be here. Great to see everybody. I will go ahead and immediately put up lighthousewriters.org. Just go ahead and click it, check it out, what you get to lose. Lots of great classes and workshops and events and all kinds of stuff. In June, we've got Lit Fest coming up, which will be really great. Well, I decided what the freak I will go with the theme, and I'll start with this one that's kind of a noxious weed. It's called All the Perfumes of Arabia for Ivanka. It's a triolet. Your father's daughter, are you not? Poison flower of rancid seed, dyed roots growing from cracked pot. Your father's daughter, are you not? Blighted soil, polluted with rot, fetid bloom, wafting scent of greed. Your father's daughter, are you not? Poison flower of rancid seed. And this next one is about one of the worst things that happens every spring. It's called Growing Menace. The worthless, no good, stinking Bradford pear once more produces blooms to foul our air. Though its pure white blossoms may look pretty, it's a bane to every town and city, every park, every foul perfumed street in spring is lessened by its putrid reek. Civic planners, in contrast to their oath, have cursed us with this fruitless evil growth. From all specimens of nature's wonder, how could they make such an epic blunder? Even Joyce Kilmer, were he here to see, would hate this goddamn smelly, awful tree. And wanted to get one more in that's not negative. And this one is a design. It's called Jewel in the Enigma. Streets planted chartreuse with pollen's passion. Air reverberates with life's vibration. Nature adorns earth with velvet fashion. Wheel revolves from denouement to creation. Infinite spiral of inspiration. Air swept promise of continuity. Cosmic dancers of perpetuity. Dervishes twirl from anther to stigma, pursuing with blind ingenuity the jewel wrapped inside the enigma. Okay, thank you very much.
I'm telling you, that's why I say that's why he's the blacksmith, because it always stays so sharp. I'm telling you, he does this. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Michael Spindler.
Michael, yeah.
Awesome.
Great job. Woo!
Thanks, Michael.
Poison flower of rancid seed. Strong words. Yeah.
It's my favorite. That's my favorite line.
It just, it smells like such a delicate flower, a deadly one. That, sir, you are a master of forms, right? Triolet. Listen. That's what I love about our community, folks. You're going to hear me say that about 10,000 times. And every single one of these poets or artists, poets, musicians are going to show you. Said all the perfumes of Arabia. That the title, like you're your father's daughter, are you not? He said nature adorns earth with velvet fashion. Right? Infinite spiral of inspiration. Like I always appreciate what you do because you always have the same work ethic in every single piece that you write, sir. Hence the blacksmith, right? every single piece has that sharp quality that you always produce. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you for sharing it with us. Appreciate you. All right. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Starship's underway. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, storytellers in the building. This next incredible poet, I like to call the Vincent Price of poetry, continues to craft stories in a way like no other. And I promise he's about to show you. The one and only Ike Waltz in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Ike, it is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Unfortunately, mine is not the theme, but about pigeons which eat the seeds. The angry pigeon, the overture. In my hour of age, spinach church painted innocent. All vanishing hope will not slow down per se. Cold moonshine, fading transcendent significance. The day we met, our past was wiped away. A bleak sailing towards eternity, captivating feelings, not otherwise to display. The angry pigeon, the line concerto. There's no space in heaven for some time now, and hell run out of intensive care. No place where to go as you cannot walk anymore. Runaways out of breath, surfing the internet. Teachers, nurses, and tired sound the rich junkyard reaches. They have not given up to choose for a better tomorrow, but nobody believes in destiny, and such we forget every unaccounted day. I scream for a touch of pleasure, yet my body is not listening. Not anymore. All mind is political, that infighting so embarrassingly partisan. All the smug smile of an oligarchy. I gurgle naked dollar signs and spit out lobbyists at their worst. Let us conjecture that we, the people, are unable to agree. Common sense has left us long ago. I think it was 1776 or so. Later grounds are in lack of harmony. Eyes glare at pixels now, reflecting you and me, the considered dead, so crystal clear to be. The everyday kill, so deadly, dead. Yes, guns knock off my socks. Bang, bang! I captivated my juvenile head. Yet ear can't hear. Eye confuses me. Mouth still spits no common sense. All is useless, monotone, bitching routine. Every would, should, and could is draining into the vast, muddy swamp of ignorance and forgotten promises. Thinking of you, prayers for you. A routine so heartless, so frozen in routine. How bleak is the dark side of dreams, where American pithy meets far from reality. Our sky has fallen on the way down. We all took advantage. Now advantage takes advantage over some. For others, nothing or none is done. Tell me that I'm mistaken. Tell me that I'm alone. Tell me who I am and what is wrong with me. The talking heads talk the talk as if pretty sensationalism got amazing, such a hollow to say all day. All day, all fucking day. Truth escaped for far into the abyss, and my dull point of view has acknowledged the power of that fake moment in time. It feels like dark matter called the future, now stuck in my enlarged colon. Shit stinks, the pretty nurse used to say. When I mutter a question, I am spit at. Go back where you came from. I'm still here. I'm just too old. But then let us implement a binary search algorithm. What is the shape of a dot? How big is the diameter of a dot? A line is a segment floating with no end. A line is the distance between two floating dots. I assume the line ends at the center of two dots, or is it the beginning or end of each dot? Do the dots add to the length of the line? How does a line begin and end? Is the design round, square, pointed, even flat? If a line is a defined length of a segment between two dots, are the two dots added to the segment, now called a line? Or are the dots contained within the segment to define the actual length of a line? How thick is a line? Are there limits? Like, does the line and dot have the same thickness? But what happens if they don't? Is the line considered pregnant when it contains only one enlarged dot? Why does a segment have no beginning, no end? But a line between two dots has a beginning and an end. Or what decides the beginning and the end of a line connecting a segment between two dots? What is the length of an assembly called, i.e., a line ending and beginning with a dot? It was Jean Cocteau who taught me the importance of the line, how to manipulate a segment so that the line can make a statement in time. Yes, all this nonsense concerns me. You see, it's a dot of attention to detail for the obscurity of a naked dot. And a line, do I miss the point for this dot of mine? When I free my words, my thoughts are long gone. My house has no elevator, my body has no legs, the dishwasher is broken, no surface, I shit in my pants, my car has no gas, the ambulance will pick me up, I paid them in advance. The ER claims there's no room in heaven. Try hell. Go and contact. Good luck. Or if you are still alive, try another of these glorious gods. Angry pigeon, the climax. If I am getting booed or even cheered, it's all that unmuted noise that I love to hear. At my age, you feed the pigeons. They do care how old you are. It's the brotherhood of pigeons in my punished soul that picks the 136 roasted beans that daily grind hot black coffee, smell so sublime. Just imagine that freedom mark draining bravery into the sinkhole right at the center of my ignorance, whilst dreaming on my fluffy wake up baby bed. But why do my legs remain so heavy, like lead, waiting for Godot? Samuel Beckett said. Thank you.
I try to tell y'all this is what we do. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike. Whoa!
Yeah, Ike. Yeah.
All right, Ike.
Woohoo!
Whoa, brother.
Right. Another amazing masterpiece. Like, damn, we were like, what are we listening here? Amazing. Wow. Wow.
Was that a line between 2 points? Is that what we just witnessed? Right? A segment, right? Is that what that was? Like, come on, man. Like you just, like I said, folks, this is storytelling, at its finest, really. He said there's no space in heaven, right? And hell's ran out of intensive care. What? I scream for a touch of pleasure, but my body isn't listening. Not anymore. He said he spit out lobbyists, right? We, the people, are unable to agree. Now advantage takes advantage of some, right? I'm still here. I'm just old, right? A line is a segment between two dots. Do the dots add length to the line? Define the actual length of the line. Is the line considered pregnant if it has one big dot? Like this, the dot, attention to detail, right? When I free my words, my thoughts are long gone, right? All the people, he said, call the fire department, call these people. I paid them in advance. At my age, you feed the pigeons. They don't care how old you are. Come on, that's how you do it. Make sure you are plugging in with Ike Waltz. This cat is incredible. Multiple time published author. I'm telling you, do yourself a favor, plug in with Ike Waltz. Appreciate you, Ike, for all that you do. Truly, that dude's bad to the bone. Coming up next, resident superhero in the building. This incredible poet makes space for so many people in so many different ways, so many different platforms. I like to call her the daughter of Krypton, the one and only Finn Bell in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you and connect with all the incredible things you do. It's always great to see you. Please take it away.
Always good to see you too, Elemental. Good evening, everybody. You can find me on Instagram. I am Finn_Beth. I have two short poems for you today. One of them is quite old, and the other one is brand new. It's a tiny poem I made today. So the older one is from my book. Please don't look for this book. I'm not going to tell you the title, but I will tell you the title of the poem. Sorry, it may not be the theme. So this is called Sister Tanka's 7. Bone was pulverized in pathos and self-loathing. I shed tears with you. Broken bodies mend slowly. Splintered hearts, unending pain. Fair belle of the ball. Dusky skin is second class. I am adopted? The world still spins despite me. Second daughter lost in sulk. You and I connect, where blood pools so easily, but trust is tricky. Love makes the betrayal sting, even the pain imagined. I am just like you. I am you, only other. My words are your words. You speak them and I repeat. At times, I do the talking. Pepper was a pup. This is where memory fails. There were two, and you drew them, whimsy, on a secret's tin. I barely knew you. City life imbued Elan. I still ate tuyo, while your clique noshed on shakies, and my crimped hair was a disgrace. Bows past and present, none yet have been deemed worthy. No one breaks your heart without rending mine to ash. Stab one, and the other screams. So that is an older poem from my booksy. Alrighty, so this new one is called Turn. Lilac wolf down. Amaranth, death rattle, hiss, gives breath. Born canary and tiger flare. Coughing cold, an onyx silence keeps combustion warm in her ribcage. Resurrection, a voice, nighttime plies for the absentee stars. Response will arrive, daybreak harsh, and question the new leaves turn to scarlet blight. Left behind, I have departed. The murmur the bees make when their wings speak with the air will tell you where I have gone, but the world outside assails the tree branches. He is a crow passing through, novel, a cacophony, an alien tongue. Thank you.
Unmute yourself. Give it up for Finn Bell.
Ben, fantastic.
Woo!
Yeah, great work.
Woo!
Wonderful work.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm happy to have the book, and I wish you you would have more copies to sell it. Or your book is amazing, amazing.
I mean, it's amazing when we come together and do the things that we do for our community, right? Because like I said, we are all about community in these spaces, right? First of all, does a poem ever get old? So recently reading an old classic book, and in this classic book, one of the characters recited a Robert Frost poem. And I'm thinking to myself, is that poem old? Or is that poem still new to someone who's never heard it? That's one of those poems. I don't think poems ever really get old. In the first piece, you mentioned pathos and self-loathing, like broken bodies mend slowly. Yeah, they do. World still spins despite me. That took a while for me to get when I was younger. It's like, how does that happen? Blood makes the betrayal sting. Damn it. My words are your words. You say them, I repeat them. Stab one, the other screams. The second piece, we said canary and type of tiger flare. Right? Resurrection of voice, daybreak harsh. Come on. The murmur that the bee makes when their wings hits the air. That type of attention to detail. Like she zoomed all the way in on the murmur of a bee's wings because they're just that important. Thank you, Finn Bell, for all that you do, for sharing your incredible artistry with us, for hanging out with us, and all that you do for the community. We truly, truly appreciate you. Make sure you are plugging in with Finn Bell. Let's see. Coming up next, I see this cat. Listen, if you are ever feeling any way that's unhappy, all you need to do is dial this cat's number. And I promise you, he is coming with a rhyme that's always right on time. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Eddie, it's always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Thank you, my bro, like no other words like thunder. And thank you for giving us your support. Woo! For what it's worth. If anyone wants to know more about me, please look in the chat to know where it's at. Hello, my name is Ed Potato, feeling fantastic. Please in time you can join my rhyme file for Sublime. I got 2 short pieces, so I won't take too much time. These 2 pieces is on theme, so I'm gonna blow some steam. This is called Gather the Herbs by Edward Coffee Louise. To gather the herbs, take your mom along, take your father along, take your son along, take your daughter along, take your wife along, take your husband along, a daughter-in-law, a son-in-law, a mother-in-law, a father-in-law, a sister-in-law, a brother-in-law, to gather the herbs, horn of strength, to prepare the herbs, sure, to cure, needed to heal the land with the spices of peace and love. Thank you. And also, here's another one. This is called vitamin weed. Is it an illegal plant or a mystical herb? Well, whatever. I'll take it. Don't look too disturbed. Why not take a long puff or eat it? Man, this green can really hit. The green weed isn't so bad. It helps the arthritis in your grandparents' hands. It makes you more happy than sad. Hopefully you can fully understand. Some claim it's a healer, but it's a healer. How can you commit a crime with the munchies? I'm just saying some people can be yarn spinners, mixing boring reality into exciting fantasy. When you're high, everything is funny, sunny, and perfect. Everyone is chill, not doing wrong. Smoking or eating it too much can make you sick. Breathe slowly, relax, and listen to your favorite songs. After, you get a little sleepy with colorful dreams. Don't worry, this is a mild hallucination. Ride your brightly colored rainbow stream. Really travel to your inner, personalized destination. You can smell it, puff it, or eat it, then carelessly daydream. You earn a long, calming, soothing, and uplifting vacation. Thank you.
Listen, man. It's like it's magic. You said it's some mythical things, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Foreman.
Fantastic!
You inviting the whole family to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Go.
For real. For real. It's a whole
Hey.
family-sized hot box. You know what I mean?
Invitation.
Good stuff, man. Listen, Eddie. Listen, man. I love your work, Eddie. Like I say all the time, man. You've been so dedicated to it, and you continue with it, man. It's like jump shots, man. Like it's like jump shots. You just got to keep shooting them. You know what I mean? Like it's your shot. You just got to keep shooting them. Gather the herbs, like you said. Everybody, take everybody with you. And I love that sentiment, though, Eddie, because if you're taking everybody, now you're getting that much further in the future, right? Because now you're talking to future mothers, you're talking to fathers, you're talking to future grandfathers, right? Who are going to teach next generations of folks. So if you show all those folks how to pick those herbs, which ones are good, which ones are bad, that, sir, is generational wealth. I appreciate that. That was really dope. Really. The spices of peace and love. Like, absolutely. The second piece, he said the green weed isn't so bad. How can you commit a crime with the munchies? I'm just saying. Appreciate you, Eddie. Always on time, man. Appreciate you. Make sure you are plugging in with Poetastic. That cat's all over the place. Make sure you plug in. All right. Coming up next. Listen. I always look forward to voices that come with true, pure energy. And we have another one. Joining us again, Miss Bonnie Soloway. Welcome back. Listen, let these folks know how they can find you. It is great to see you again. Please take it away.
Thank you so much. Everything I have is under B Soloway, but as I said last week, I don't really publish anything yet, but I will someday, hopefully soon. It seems as if the piece I chose tonight is not on theme, but it feels like it's on next week's theme. I did a lot of research somewhat recently when the war broke out, and so this is partly to enlighten myself and others. I'm starting with a quote from Steven Spielberg, who said, "Not since Germany in the 30s have I witnessed anti-Semitism no longer lurking, but standing proud with hands on hips like Hitler and Mussolini." A peek inside the grainy gray. I peeked inside old history books, the photos grainy gray. Halting newsreels came to mind of World War II's horrific days. Human cattle shoved on boxcars, one-way tickets to who knew where. Standing crushed for hours, human waste and death wafting in the air. Stripped of money and possessions, banned from work and school, with rifles to their heads, could Jews have shunned Gestapo rule? Synagogues defaced, most totally destroyed. Forced into housing ghettos, dozens crammed on every floor. Jews risked their lives sneaking out of ghettos late at night in a desperate, endless search for food and medical supplies. The severely ill were hidden in carts and smuggled out alone, brought to hero doctors, risking lives, their very own. Step by step, the Nazis crushed freedom into dust, a world that took slow notice, stayed hushed, if not nonplussed. The Jewish people persevered to survive the ghetto horrors, only to be transported to a final place for slaughter. There was a robust underground working round the clock, obtaining papers needed to smuggle families out. Many refused to leave in broken hopes to outlast war. Others saved just their children. It was all they could afford. Perfect language skills were needed to take this risky chance. One hesitation or tiny slip would land them in the camps. 6 million Jews massacred before the Allies persevered. How many millions could have lived had they acted those first years? We now sit on the precipice of yet another desired coup, a 2,000 to 3,000-year-old quest to annihilate the Jews. Whether the world agrees or not, Israel likely won't give in. That tiny sliver of land was granted to Jews as a safe haven. After World War II, survivors had nowhere else to go. Even the US Congress kept standing firm at no. It took the United Nations putting it to a vote and President Truman deciding to keep the Jewish homeland dream afloat. Countries that allow Nazi symbols in their streets embolden evil hatred under the guise of freedom of speech. Pro-Palestinian marches ramp up anti-Semitic hate, refusing to acknowledge terroristic plans for Israel's fate. Never again, a prophetic mantra coined after World War II. With history now on repeat, Israel knows what she must do to protect further generations from sitting down one day, opening a book of World War III to peek inside the grainy gray. Thank you.
Listen, when you peek inside history books, they become magnificent stories. Unmute yourself, give it up for Bonnie Soloway.
Very
Such hard
tired.
history.
Thank you so much.
So I was not prepared for that. I really was not. You started out with the Spielberg quote, right? And I believe it was Spielberg that did Schindler's List. And so coming from a cat like that who has put himself in that space to tell that story, and then only, reinforcing said story when you peek inside history books. And look, folks, if you're not really sure about what she was saying, please, and I always say this, don't just take our word for it. Do your research, because I promise you the folks who do this the way we do this are not going to say anything unless we know for a fact what we're saying, right? And she just mentioned she was doing research. This is part of the poet life. Like, it really is. Like, you research. Brought to hero doctors. I really love that. I really love that. Final place for slaughter, right? Broken hopes to outlast war. Others saved their children. That was all they could afford. She mentioned President Truman. I believe that was the Balfour contract, something. And under the guise of freedom of speech. Folks, I implore you to look into what that is, because folks bend that rule beautifully. I mean, beautifully, they bend that rule and get away with a lot of madness. Thank you, Bonnie, for coming back. And listen, you are now a member of the greatest community in the world. So now you got to be here every Thursday night. So make sure you clear your calendar, right? Because we are looking forward to hearing everything that you have, all the new stuff. Please make sure you find yourself back here every Thursday night. Welcome. All right. Coming up next, listen, this incredible poet has been making some major moves, right? Hasn't been rocking with us for a while, but has been hitting me on the back channel all the time. It's like, hey, Elemental, listen, I know y'all got going on. I miss y'all. I'm doing my thing, right? But I'm coming back. I said, okay, make sure you come through. We are waiting to hear from you. And listen, now she has returned. The one and only Tiffany Haiti in the building. It is great to see you. I hope all things in your world are great. Great to see you. Please, take it away.
Okay. This is my poem titled, Poor Blacks, I Said My Name Was Talitha. Don't forget about the poor blacks, for I am a poor black. Jealousy swallowed our country home and ate through her jailed heart. I was broken into prisms. Liquid eyes follow me. The fog is lifting. Don't forget about the poor blacks, for I am that poor black sister. To the sold out blacks, to the high yellow blacks, to the blacks that are passing, to the dark skinned blacks, for the blacks that are crazy, Bartholomew, to the educated blacks, for the inequality of blacks. Don't forget you are black. Fish play backgammon on Tuesdays while queens die to take a milk bath. Murderer. Don't forget about the poor blacks, for I am a poor black. The sun expressed itself in faded charades as it danced with a pauper through clouds. Wolves were gray and were still wolves. Eyes blurred color lines from intoxication peaking. A sticky blue lollipop broke off in her mouth, and her name was Chelsea. Don't forget about the poor blacks, for I am a poor black that was put out of mind. I attended a funeral when I was 49. I now lament in a requiem. Eyes are bloodshot at 3 a.m. in a rain shower, and I was left to chance in an interracial family fighting off teenage pregnancy on Lakeview Avenue South. Come to the Lord. I love every one of you that died. Don't forget about the poor blacks, for I am a poor black. Poor on Third, poor on Seneca, kneel before the Lord, pray. Thank you.
Come on. She said pour on Third, pour on Seneca. Come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Tiffany Hayden.
Oh, Tiffany.
That was
Powerful
incredibly
work.
powerful, Tiffany. My goodness.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you.
Let's go. Like, listen. That's how you come back, right? It's like, oh, I know I've been a minute. You know what I mean? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Like, listen, for real, that was a pleasant surprise, really. I know you've been working on a few different things, right? And then that, right? She said, I told you my name was Talitha. That native tongue is something else, right? We conform in so many ways. So many people conform in so many ways. But that name, whew, to the sold out black, to the blacks that are passing for the inequality of blacks, or I am a poor black. Eyes blur color lines from intoxication, peaking. I'm a poor black put out of mind. Listen. That's that work. Thank you for coming back through and sharing it with us. Do and continue to do, but don't be a stranger. Your voice is necessary. I'm telling you, appreciate you. Good to see you. Make sure you keep writing that heat. All right, coming up next, this incredible gentleman runs his own open mic, now has his own publishing company, and still has the nerve to write incredible poetry. The one and only Dane Ince in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you and connect with what you do. Dane, great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you. It's not a weed, it's an agave. Mezcal is a smoky, earthy spirit from Oaxaca, Mexico, and it's made from a weed, more or less. I'm going to read this piece called Family Fun Center. They're for sale by the pound, by their images and their seeds in Chile, in the United Kingdom, and New Zealand. I cannot be your Bob or your Andy. I'm just not a Dylan or a Warhol, nothing so dandy and fine. I am not broken like them. My jagged pieces are twisted and just a little, bent a little differently. I'm drowning in my own ocean. A sinking life preserver is no friend to anybody, not at all, could not save you. Before Act 3, the chorus enters like a millstone. Hold on 1 second. Have this. They chant, I am the cage. Oh, I don't know. Would it be better in Newcastle, New South Wales, since you will not go to Mexico? I love you like a bucket of guts. I love you like mezcal, doctor's secret shots. When you find yourself past Helen of Troy Drive, you know, you've gone too far. The popular recreational drug has depressed your central nervous system, learning how to use a new word in a sentence. So it'll be mine someday like a dance step. I lean over the low second floor wrought iron railing on the second floor. So abstract now, it resembles an EKG and not a flower shape. And it's hot to touch, too hot, looking out over the swimming pool full of water and empty of people. Not a two-piece to be seen in this heat on Montana Avenue, Santa Monica, Cincinnati, El Paso, face west. It's never enough. The quotidian quaaludes here at the Quality Inn, it's a fake as barbiturate-like to take comfort in knowing that the Family Fun Center is near. Balm is had from the free Wi-Fi, succor from the free breakfast, peace of mind from the free parking, the penetrating gaze from the artist in the photo, hands carefully manicured, arranged like gang signs before they were Crips and Bloods. Here's an example of how to use quaaludes. The quaalude, how to use quaaludes in a sentence. As a couple, they seemed nice, but the tissue-thin walls of the Quality Inn allowed every word to carry like crystal meth, clear of their quaalude quarreling past midnight. After years of smoking, the toll was obvious here in oblivion. The quaalude quotidian night fits of coughing wrecks the zen. It does not matter. The whole neighborhood is drunk on mezcal, flamethrowers high on mezcal and quaaludes. So I can fly. Yes, I can. But gravity does not agree. The parking lot below gives me the message, but I cannot read bloody nose and broken teeth. So I just lay there laughing, sweaty pulse, and fall asleep. The black top warm on my cheek, and I dream you are my astromeria and their halos. I am a monkey wrench of trouble. My heart is breaking. I see you sinking when the cards are fanned on the table. A way there was at one time. Celluloid hats do not protect us from the rain. It's later now. Everything has changed, but the yellow stains on the night clerk's teeth, filterless Chesterfields. The chorus enters like a millstone. They chant, I am the cage. Oh, I don't know. Would life be better in Newcastle, New South Wales, since you will not go to Mexico? Mezcal and quaaludes, maybe a tad too much for a boy and a girl looking for some fun in old El Paso. Thank you.
You'll find fun anywhere with that combination, sir. I promise. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Dane.
Wow, Dane. Fantastic work. Damn.
Never tired hearing that poem.
Yes.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
I'm telling y'all, the storytellers are in the building this evening. Listen. He said that was called the Family Fun Center. Like, that's for a family of all ages. They're for sale. They're all for sale, right? My jagged pieces are bent, right? A sinking life preserver is a friend to nobody. Come on, Dane. Come on. I love you like a bucket of guts. Path to Helen of Troy. So abstract now. I love that. So abstract now. I feel like that could be a book title. So abstract now. Quaalude at the Quality Inn. So I don't know if that was just like a slip up, but I was like, yo, if he meant to do that, that was pretty masterful. He said, here's an example of how to use a quaalude. I mean, here's an example of how to use a quaalude in a sentence. Like, oh, what? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I love it. I'm a monkey wrench of trouble, right? Celluloid hats do not protect us from the rain. Mezcal and quaaludes. Listen, that'll get anybody tossed and sauced. Appreciate you, Dane. Truly, man. All right. Coming up next, this incredible poet has been coming through, burning the mic apart. See how they see that? Did you see that right there? They're just bloop, bloop, coming back at you. The one and only Mercedes in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Listen, if you haven't caught Mercedes in the past couple of weeks, go back when they were duetting. Go back and see what they do with the. Listen, it's amazing. Mercedes, it is great to see you. I'm looking forward to all the incredible things you got to share with us this evening. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. I'm just going to read some tankas picked at random from our book, Morning Tanka. Feeling your presence, I know that you are out there, invisible sun. Your smile warms me from inside, your voice a loving embrace. Share with me your thoughts, ruminations great and small. Your beautiful mind, aphrodisiac to me, alluring and seductive. I want to know you, spirit and animal both. Let me explore you. Open palms and fingertips, taste you with my tongue and lips. This duality, mix of carnal and divine, precious like rubies, so greatly to be treasured, fascinating endlessly. North Star giving light, love and wisdom in your heart. Playful dolphins leap. Let us have trust between us. Choose joy as our vibration. Enchanting poet, you arouse me with your words. Lips speaking magic. Let us make our future bright. Dance together in the night. A new libation. Let me pour it out for you. It brewed in my heart. Heady mix of love and lust, your radiance to honor. Woke up this morning, feeling peaceful and content. Did I dream of you? What does it mean when you are my first thought upon waking? Thank you.
Listen, that was a monster. That was a monster. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mercedes.
Mercedes. Yeah.
Can't see you there, Mercedes. Beautiful work. You're in the dark.
That line kind of, I had to catch my breath, folks. Honestly, I had to catch my breath on that one. Listen, the whole piece was just, and then, you just bring it down into that lane, right? Said, feeling your presence, your smile warms me from the inside. I want to know you, spirit and animal, both. That's just heavy. The love and wisdom in your heart. Choose joy as our vibration. Let us make our future bright. But it was this line that just, new libation. Let me pour it out for you. It brewed in my heart. What? Did she just call herself a bootlegger for you? Like, golly, man, that was, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That was, thank you for that, really. Good old bootlegging. Thank you for that. That was magnificent. Thank you. Make sure you are plugging in with Mercedes and Dane. They are incredible, especially apart and when it's incredible. Coming up next, the most eloquent writer I know, staying up wicked late to hang out with us all the way across the pond in the UK. I told you the storytellers were in the building, and here comes another one. The one and only Lantern Carrier in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Lantern. It is always great to see you, brother. Please take it away.
Thank you, my brother. I'm continuing to celebrate women tonight. My underground queen, elegant, serene, majestic, speaks of love silently like an immaculate rose in a language singing sweetly to my heart. Her duku gele elaborate head wrap, woven from the finest silk in Africa, adorns her charisma like an Egyptian princess. I see her, eyes steady, ebony cheeks glistening from the glint of summer, nose molded with care and beauty, laced with the genes of Mama Africa herself. She carries her bearing well, with poise, dignity, stateliness and modesty, like the goddess that she is. This unsung empress, like one standing against injustice, wears a head wrap like a queen would wear a tiara, sweet neck caressed by a sky blue raiments of the finest silk. I see her on my daily commute, proud, flawless, forceful, as regal and incandescent as the moon, not vain, but an unfainted lioness, drawing effortlessly from the vigor of ancient warriors. She smiles like Nefertiti, a Nubian goddess, her eyes like magnetic resonance, scanning the very depths of my soul, cautious, penetrating, looking for signs of affinity. I feel the depth and power in her fortitude, the deep scars within this royalty of the sun, steadfast, zephyrs waltzing with a garment where she sits, a true messenger of love. She's a significant part of a network, tearing the enslaved to freedom, that unalienable right given by the divine which the abusers, inflicting a legacy of supremacy, bigotry, and indifference, carries hearts too callous to respect anything but power. So here's my queen, one part of a convergence of several undercover efforts designed to remove the chains so brutally inflicted on innocent humans whose only crime was the love of freedom in their own African haven. I now know my queen has purpose. This royal empress, this rare diamond, is like a fine vintage made from pressed berries straight from the sacred vines of Nubia in the kingdom of Kush. She is the quintessence of finesse, yet powerful, a selfless risk taker, fighting unbowed against humans inhumanity to humans in this our sacred earth. She reminds me of lotus flowers, sitting gracefully on a lake, and I could dance in a garden forever. Yet she's here, mesmerizing, a beauty adding luster to the carriage window, and I'm proud to sit beside her, as this is no ordinary metro, but an underground railroad, a secret and clandestine resistance movement which led to the freedom of countless enslaved Africans to the north. Yes, this is no ordinary queen, but a Moses of her people, a dauntless heroine bleeding, removing the echoes of burning pain inflicted on the blood of our ancestral people. Je t'aime, yo te quiero, mas hay que ayer, pero no tanto como mañana, nakupenda sana, me do wopa papa. Dedication to Harriet Tubman. Thank you, Lantern Carrier.
This gentleman, then he had the nerve to flip it in a couple languages. Y'all hear that? Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
Awesome.
Beautiful work, man.
Eloquence incarnate.
Awesome. Black testing.
Oh, hold up. That just got stolen. Wait a minute. Yo, that was, man, Lantern, he said, oh, I'm just gonna, happen to give you a new standard of how you talk about, or how you talk. Like, you continue to take it up a notch. That's why I say the things that I say about Lantern Carrier, because he continues to take it. With every poem, he continues to go up a notch, right? Said she was woven from the finest silks in Africa, right? I see her. Like, as if anyone couldn't or wouldn't. I see her. Like, that just set it off right there for me. It's like, oh, I'm in now. Drawing effortlessly from the essence of ancient warriors. Looking for signs of affinity, right? The deep scars of this royalty of the sun, right? I'm proud to sit beside her. A Moses of her people. Removing the echoes of burning pain. Like, even when it's painful, it's beautiful. Like, come on, Lantern. I truly appreciate you, sir. Thank you for staying up so late, for rocking with us, and for being such a pillar of our community. Truly, truly appreciate you. Make sure y'all plugging in with Lantern, all right? One more poet, and then I'm going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. Coming up next, listen, I continue to say about this cat, he's been doing it longer than some of us have thought about doing it. The only member that I know of the original Nuyorican Poets Cafe anthology, cat that I like to call the Jedi Master, the one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Skiff, it is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Hi, everybody. Just gonna depart from the general tenor of things to continue my relentless campaign of not being a super achieving super talent. I'm just gonna read a bunch of short things that are mostly vulgar and reality based. The first one is, it is 3 a.m, and the only thing I have said for the past 2 days is, get away from me, you fucking aggressive asshole. I know he did not understand me, but I am sure the fly understood what I meant. The next one is, may peace be upon you, like a horny lover sucking insatiably, ignoring your pleasure for their own need. The next one is, my outcome of your nowhere became as nothing because it can't. The next one is, as the drunken gang of girls stumbled up the street late at night, singing slurred pop songs, an old man leaned out of a 3rd-story window to yell, "Hey, I can hear you farting." The next one is, oh, this has a title, How to Explain War to a Vegetable. You were a tender young carrot, and I ate you. I will never regret it, and 2 days from now, I will have totally forgotten. I know that would sound terribly human to you, but you should see what we do to ourselves. The next one is, what is the upside down of upside down? What is the inside out of inside out? The sarcasm of vertigo. The next one is, I want to pee all over the middle of the intersection of Wall Street and Broad Street at noontime, like I was a 1-ton municipal police horse. And like that horse, I'm gonna just stand there for a full 4 minutes, offloading a luxurious, stinking, soaking flood as a blatant display of your tax dollars being overspent. So all the taxis and bicycle delivery guys are stuck waiting at the corners. In an envious grumble of jealousy, boo boo, the pit bull thought to himself. The next one is, no one can be more scared than capitalism faced by a rapid drop in profit because someone stuck a weapon loaded with righteousness in its face and said, give your money to everyone else. The next one is a bit of fluff. It has a title, Gravity Surfer. Scratcher Jack Cucamonga, equilibrium above, steeple wave crash, horizontal, swum by inertia search, shores, magnetic embrace, liquefies, finale vision, moment in sandwater vies, where gravity pitches, wind the sun sent into this halt's teeter-totter. I'm almost at the end here. This is a couple more. The next one is, want to know how big of a fucking idiot the mayor is? Just ask all the illegal guns in the neighborhood. The next one is, stolen thunder makes righteousness stare through the pawn shop window. The next one is, limitless love access will leave you heart swallowed. The next one is, I want to love you more than you can kill me. The next one is, the only me you know is outside of me. The next one is, my outcome of your nowhere became as nothing because it can't. And finally, yes, I am pouring champagne into the river. That is what you smell. There is nothing you can do to find out why. Half of life is like this, if you don't know by now. Mystery below your senses, made of time gone and trickster fortune that snuck past explanation, so do not even guess. When you see me laying in the park fountain, how a mind decided on nonsense may be, a provocation would make you cry. Thank you.
You hear the lightsaber swinging in the background. You hear boom, 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 boom. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skip.
Paul, I love that. Love that.
Yeah, Paul. Fantastic work. Wow.
Man.
Brilliant. Just brilliant.
You know how he just said, oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Right? Shout out my man, Propaganda Poet. It sounds a lot like micro poems, but they just hit so hard. I don't even know if they're like. He said, "Oh, here's another one." I think there were maybe about 16 in total that you just ripped off. Like some of them staggered me, so I missed a couple. He said, "Get away from me, you fucking aggressive asshole." I'm sure the fly got the message. From their own need in the second one, from the third one, from nothing because it can't. From the fourth one, hey, the guy from the third floor, hey, I can hear you farting. The fifth one, how to explain war to a vegetable. You were a young tender carrot. Like, come on, man, you're a young tender carrot. The municipal horse, capitalism, faced by a rampant drop in profit, stuffed a weapon stuffed with righteousness. The weapon stuffed with righteousness in their faces. Want to know how the mayor is asked the guns in the neighborhood. Man, the pawn shop window. I want to love you more than you can kill me. The only me you know is outside of me. That is what you smell, the mystery below your senses. Come on, man. This dude, he just does what he does, and he does it incredibly. The one and only Paul Skip. Appreciate you, Jedi Master. Always appreciate you. Appreciate when you come through. All right. I'm going to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. The one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay. Thank you so much, Elemental. Happy Weed Appreciation Day, which I'm sure refers to those unwanted plants in the garden or backyard, in between the other flowers. But hey, even unwanted things are sometimes, wanted. Nature provides, a reason for things, to be there. So interesting theme as always, It's like, I really appreciate it. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Mark Thompson. I'm in the programs and operations team, and I'm also serving as your tech assistant here at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe's online open mic every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And as Elemen2al said, if you want to be on the guaranteed list, 20 artist RSVP spots, they open 24 hours before on Wednesdays on our ticket site, which you can access if you haven't bookmarked it yet. You just go to our nuyorican.org website, click on the full events calendar link, and there, again, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 24 hours before Thursdays, you may order your artist RSVP ticket. And if for any reason you didn't get a chance to order the ticket, no worries. Just come on into Zoom here and ask to be on the good luck round list, which we'll add at the end of the open mic. Here are also our other social media pages. We are live streaming this Zoom open mic every week to our YouTube channel, our X Twitter feed, and our Facebook page. We are also on Instagram. If you missed our 4th year anniversary celebration last week, no worries, just go back to our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and watch it there. Or if you want to see your performance from today, if you missed anything, same, just go to one of our social media channels and you can watch it there. I also put our executive directors social media handles there, as well as Elemen2al's. You can also help us with donations, contributions, or if you have not received a newsletter yet, you can ask to be added, go to our link tree or our contact page. As many of you know, we are currently in Nuyorican construction mode, which we are calling Nuyoriconstruction. Our building is currently closed, and if you watched our Instagram live earlier today, the building is still standing because we're still finishing clearing it out. Half of it has to go to storage, the other half has to go, to trash. Obviously we need to make sure that we're not throwing away anything historical that needs to be kept. But earlier today in the building, we had politicians and our board of directors and our executive director and local council, city council members there to have our official groundbreaking ceremony. We had to move the sandbox and the dirt box inside the cafe because it was raining outside. But as you can see, we are getting serious. It's now just a few weeks away, until, when we have the building totally cleared, and we're going to give the key over to the city, and then the city will start the physical reconstruction of the building. And they actually told us today it may not even take 3 years. They are trying to get the construction finished by spring of 2026 instead of 2027. So let's hold them to it, though. New York City, you said so today. So let's see if we are praying and wishing that it'll be done quickly. But no worries. As you know, for the last 4 months, already since we closed the building to the public, we are continuing our programs at offsite venues. One of them is the Poetry Slam every Monday, alternately hosted by J Rose. And next week it's DJ Luna Rosa's turn, 7 p.m. at the Bowery Poetry Club every Monday. You can get tickets either through our ticket site or through their Eventbrite. Every winner of the Monday Slam goes on to compete at the Friday, the last Friday of the month, which is now called Final Fridays because it is the last Friday of the month, which means tomorrow, 10 p.m. on 47th Street in Manhattan, Times Square area, Tony McPherson will return to host our Final Friday Poetry Slam. And thereafter will be a Twilight open mic, and I'll be hosting that. I will be doing scorekeeping and timekeeping duties during the Poetry Slam, and I will host the open mic right thereafter in the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. So if you can make it, get your tickets through the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater's ticket site. We are also continuing to go to the Loisaida Center. I'm so happy I'm here promoting our programs right after Paul Skiff, because Paul Skiff was there yesterday. He was one of the winners last week. Paul, thank you for your email today. Thank you for your presence yesterday. You know, we loved your poems. We loved all the other performances. Soul Preem is there every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, meaning next month it'll be on April 10th and April 24th, 6:30 p.m. Doors open at 6 p.m. And this open mic is for any formats, meaning poetry, short stories, songs, or comedy. We had a comedian yesterday as well. And on the first Wednesday of each month, the Women Orator Wednesday open mic continues, and it is now confirmed Felicia Kate is our host for the Women Orator Wednesday going forward. That's on the first Wednesday of each month, meaning next week, April 3rd, 6:30 p.m. at the Loisaida Center, which is on 9th Street. We are also continuing our teen open mic at P&T Knitwear, a collaboration with Writopia Lab. It will be held this Saturday, March 30th. My colleague Paul Abroy will represent the Nuyorican Poets Cafe there. If you have any nephews, nieces, or children who are teenagers, send them there. It's free for all teenagers. Let them experience poetry. They can either listen or participate in this open mic at the P&T Knitwear bookstore, which is on Orchard Street, not that far from the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Pardon me. Studio One and the Nuyorican Poets Cafe will continue our free writing workshops with Tony McPherson. One just happened earlier this evening in person at Studio One, which is on 4th Street in Manhattan. There will be none in April. It's usually held on the last Thursday in April. We are not going to have one in April, but because of that, we're going to instead have it on May 2nd. That one is free. You don't even have to RSVP. All you have to do is show up and learn with Tony. Also, of course, online open mic every Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Come on and rock out, with Elemen2al. Another online offering we are doing is the Shine Challenge 2024, which is a stage play recording written by Ishmael Reed, directed by Carla Blank. We extended the run all the way to April 15. If you buy your ticket, you will get the private YouTube link sent, and you can then watch this stage play all the way till mid-April as many times as you like. And we also recommend some other programs, the Bowery Poetry Club. Before we go there, excuse me, at the Langston Hughes House in Harlem, our Felicia Kate, together with Professor Robert Gibbons, lead a writing workshop there every Saturday, 2 to 4 p.m. Check that out. You can get tickets through their ticket site or their Instagram page. Also, save the date. The Loisaida Center will be having their annual Loisaida Festival on Avenue C in Manhattan this year. It will be Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, May 26th. We will be there with a table, and we are also trying to secure stage time with maybe an open mic. Stay tuned for more details. We'll let you know. And also, what I wanted to mention at the Bowery Poetry Club, they have a new program every first Tuesday of the month, which is April 2nd next month. Out of the box poetry. So check out their website as well. So for them and everyone else, go to their Instagram handles, social media, follow our newsletter, our website, our social media, and you will not miss anything that is coming up either with the Nuyorican Poets Cafe or with any of the other organizations we are partnering with. But now let us get back to our open mic list here at the online open mic. I was very happy to have met him in person at the Poetry Festival. I believe it was 2 years ago in New York City on Governor's Island. I also met his wife and him at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe when we were still open last year, and they rocked out there as well. I'm so happy that he is here, and don't let him fool you. He did not come to, hold on, let me unblur my background here. He didn't come here to tap dance. Yeah, this is his book, Ngoma Hill, aka Baba Ngoma. He always gives us something new each week, whether it's music or whether it's poetry. We always look forward to Baba Ngoma. Welcome back. You know how it goes. Let everyone know. Oh, I see you put it in the Zoom chat. Baba, the next 3 minutes are all yours. Welcome back.
Peace, fam. It's really good to see all of y'all and to be here. I got 2 poems. This first poem, I'm dedicating it to Black revolutionaries who have passed this year. And some of them some of you may have heard of, some of you may not have heard of. But the names I'm going to call are Russell Maroon Schultz, Sekou Odinga, Matulu Shakur, Viola Plummer, Joan Gibbs, Ralph Pointer, and Ruchelle McGee. This poem is my book. It's called Residue on the Altar of Time. Time has such short memory as things evolve into other things, like ice into water, steam to rain, puddles to oceans. It's all the same, depending on how you look at it, which way it looks at you. 2020 vision to the woke, Lady Liberty blindfolded, world turned upside down, no longer a metaphor. Visions of impeaching the whole cabinet rise to the top, like stench from the shitstorm in decay. So we close the door on a decade. Don't let optimism escape you. Depression is a hard road to hoe. Ancestors humming, we didn't come this far not to make it. Don't be dismayed as things go in circles. There'll be a phoenix in the ashes. Remember, energy has no beginning and no end. Change is eternal. Fear is wasted, for time is an illusion. Like residue in the altar of your memory, what mark will you leave on eternity? And the second poem was on theme. It's called Farewell, Mary Jane. Homage to 420. It's written on 420 Day 2013 during National Poetry Month. Farewell, Mary Jane. It's been a few years since we've talked. I never thought I'd see the day I'd miss you. After all, we were constant companions. I could always depend on you to put me in a good mood. Always a thrill to inhale your essence. You always made sweets sweeter. I miss your kiss, the way you felt to my fingertips. What bliss. The taste of you on my tongue, the euphoria of your flavor that I savor. I remember when we first met, I was a counselor in summer camp. Some friends brought you up from the city for a visit. We partied with some Thunderbird on Ice and John Coltrane playing my favorite things on a battery-powered record player. I remember college days. You were the rage. The clincher was when we fell in love on a mountainside in Dak To, Vietnam. On a moonlit night, I packed you in my pipe. I remember all the times we spent the night. I love the way you go to so good with morning coffee, the way my pen glided across the pad with caffeine and cannabis. I would never try to write a verse without you. You've been my ride or die chick, cruising streets and highways, listening to Sly and the Family Stone while stoned. But it's time to say goodbye, so I'm writing you this final poem. The cash I spent on you could have bought a few cars, a yacht, and a few homes. My health nor bank account can't afford you anymore. So, my love, I'm afraid it's time to go. Affectionately, Ngoma.
Man, listen. Man, for every in love with, it's a man, I'm sure gonna miss you, baby. But you got to go. Unmute yourself, give it up for Baba Ngoma.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Baba.
Yeah.
Woo.
There's always edibles.
Hey, come through. Listen, there is a member of our community, two of them actually, that live not too far from the physical brick and mortar of the cafe that makes some pretty good cookies. I'm just saying. Just saying. Shout out JSW. Shout out LB on base. Listen. Shout out the Black Revolutionaries. Seriously. He mentioned Mutulu Shakur. Lots of folks, right? If you don't know those names, make sure you plug into them. Baba is he's one of the inspirations to next week's theme, right? The historians, right? The keepers of the keys. And what I mean by that is the keepers of the keys of the wisdom, of the knowledge, not the kingdom, unless you consider the knowledge the kingdom, right? But that's what historians do, Baba. That's what you do. He said the world turned upside down, no longer a metaphor. Just heavy. Farewell, Mary Jane. Farewell. Never thought I'd see the day I missed you. You always made sweets sweeter, right? He said, I remember the first time I met you, we had Thunderbird on ice, listening to Coltrane. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. I don't believe that. You can't be. Nah, I don't believe that. Thunderbird on ice, man. Listening to Slide and Family Stoned. Listen, man, like you truly conjure the ancestors when you rip, man. And thank you so much for what you do. Truly. Before we move on, right? Listen, make sure you show your love to RMT. That dude is 100% dope all the time. He works his ass off for all of us. All right. So make sure you show your love to RMT. All right. Also, want to shout out a couple of folks that were in the building. Professor Platinum was here. Shout out Doug Silver, man. That cat is, I'm telling you, that kind of energy is what keeps us going. Appreciate you. Jenny was in the building. I saw a Sade in the building. If I pronounce your name wrong, forgive me. But they were in the building. Joel is here. I saw him rocking with us for a while. Appreciate you. Poetic Desire is in the building. CP Mays tried to sneak it nasty in here. It ain't gonna happen. Natalia Mendez. Listen, all y'all, appreciate you. Truly. What up, East? Always good to see you. All right. Let's keep it going, folks. Coming up next. I love introducing this next poet because she's just so powerful. Right? And what she does and how she does it has left an impact and an imprint, or made an impact and left an imprint on me from the first time I heard it, and continues to do just that. The one and only Oshun Yo-Yen is here. Please let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you and hear you. Please take it away.
You can find me in the usual places like everybody else, Facebook, Instagram. Tonight, I managed to be on theme, which is, there's a lot to be said for that. And this is also the last time or the meeting of this group during National Women's Month. So I'm doing a piece that's going to cover both of those things. Okay. It's called Conjure Woman. Conjure Woman. She who uses the forces and elements of the universe to accomplish her will as it is in accord with the will of heaven. Mistress of the spirit world, she knows millennia-old herbal prescriptions to heal your soul and solve your problems. More than mojo, beyond juju. In the ancient tradition, first, she says, feed the ancestors, cracked and chipped plates piled high with your great-great-grandparents' favorite food on your ancestral altar, a bottle of spirits, and a bowl of water, because there's no life without water. Second, she murmurs, a bush bath, the ritual origins of baptism. Wash in omiero, herb-infused water. Yes, water, always water, because water is the enemy of no one. Dousing yourself 3 times 3 over your head to purify your soul. Third, she whispers, a trip to the crossroads at midnight when the deepest dark turns to the light. Libations to Legba, who turns the key and opens the way. Red palm oil, rum, honey, 21 coins, dried fish, fire from a candle, a white cloth for day, a black for night, red for all the times in between, and water, always water, because there is no life without water. Yes, she knows the mysteries, your woman, she who possesses age-old prescriptions taught by the elders and inscribed on her soul to turn your life from wanting to having, from poor to prosperous, from grief to joy, from chaos to divine order. Conjure woman, in her veins run ancient rivers, rivers of culture, rivers of spirit, rivers of magic, that give her soul the ashe, and gives her the ashe to midwife your dreams. Conjure woman. Yeah, ashe.
What? To midwife your dreams? Come on! Unmute yourself. Give it up for Oshun. Yo,
Yeah.
That was a perfect thing to come after Baba.
Beautiful work.
I told y'all from the jump I love this community. The greatest community in the world. She said, midwife your dreams, people. Like that just this is why I truly love when this poet comes through, because they do things like this. She says more than mojo, beyond juju, right? Water, because there is no life without water. Water is the enemy of no one. Water is the enemy of no one. Please come back. Water is the enemy of no one.
Right? I just want to say something real quick. When I said here that if her will is in accord with the will of heaven, and the will of heaven is no harm or injury to anyone, I just wanted to mention that.
Thank you. Thank you for that clarification. I mean, like I felt that. I think we've all felt that, but thank you. Thank you. Said 3x3 over your head, the red palm oil, right? The different colored cloths for day and night, right? The age-old prescriptions, right? To change it from chaos to divine order. And midwife your dreams. See, that's someone who can not only help to correct life, but bring life. And then help life come. Like, thank you for all that you do, for the prayers that you send, for the wonderful spells that you cast. Thank you. Like, that galaxy is amazing. I want y'all to know, those planets that we just witnessed, right, like the coming solar eclipse, they're just amazing. That galaxy is spectacular. Thank you. Thank you, both of you, for sharing your incredible artistry with us. All right, coming up next, going out west to one of our resident musicians who's always got a fresh lid on. Shout out to the lids. I'm telling you, this cat has always got a fly one, man. I always appreciate that about you, Bill. The one and only Bill Elkins in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Bill. It is always great to see you, and I'm looking forward to your song this evening. Please, take it away.
How are you, Elemental? Hi, everybody. Yeah, I can be found on Instagram, Midwestern Bill 51, Facebook. Instagram's my main place for that kind of thing. Anyway, I'd like to do a song that I wrote. It's entitled "On the Streets of Chicago." Chicago happens to be probably my favorite city in the U.S., like similar to Paris in Europe, and Tokyo in the Orient. Anyway, hope you like it. You and I, best friend, we tread water in our stormy psychosexual sea. We hurt each other deeply. My ego's running rampant again. We desperately seek refuge in deception, but strip each other naked with candor once again. Wistful memories of sweet affection, enchilded by tears, we heal each other through our tender touch and embrace. Resplendent one, you illuminate me. Yes, you light up my life, but we still seek refuge in deception and strip each other naked with candor once again. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Walking hand in hand along the magnificent mile, exchanging endearing glances as we stroll around the water tower. We laugh at our distorted reflection at Millennium Park and kiss while pedal boating at Lincoln Park Lagoon. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago on a warm summer Lake Michigan night. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago on a bright summer Lincoln Park day. We fell in love on the streets of Chicago, yeah. Cruising along the Gold Coast on a sunny Midwestern day. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. You and I, we are lovers. You and I, best friend. We flounder in our stormy psychosexual sea. Does familiarity invite deception? It is said it breeds contempt. Our relationship ebbs and flows like the waves of Lake Michigan. It's the natural order of things in this life. Must the laws of love follow those of nature? This is how we are together. Sometimes love and trust just aren't enough. Are we like Orpheus and Eurydice? Mythic lovers who meet a tragic end. We endeavor to carry on and love with passion, but the ebb tides of familiarity and contempt just get in the way. Thank you, everybody.
I told you, this dude just does it with that. I'm telling you, unmute yourself, give it up for Bill Elkin.
Yeah, that's the way you
Yeah.
use that really just beautiful melody that contrasted with those, very complex emotions in the lyrics. That was great, and just some wonderful metaphors in there.
Indeed.
Beautiful song, Bill. That was wonderful.
Telling you, this is what I love about our community, right? Because we are unafraid to share what true feelings come about from our artwork, right? I will say this, that the melody that you crafted in that song is pretty spectacular, sir. I love the fact of how it resonates. We fell in love in Chicago. Like it's such an easy thing to say, right? I'm sure plenty of people say, "Oh, I fell in love with this girl in Chicago." But when you put that kind of melody to it, that makes it undeniable. That makes it memorable, right? And then the way that you play it is just amazing, sir. You said we heal each other through our tender touch and embrace. Right? Yes, you light up my life. We still seek refuge in deception, right? Strip each other naked with candor once again, right? Does familiarity breed deception? We endeavor to carry on and love with passion. Come on, man. That dude writes some serious songs, man. Appreciate you, Bill Elkins, truly. All the way out in the West. I know the Giants got a loss on the opening day, but it's all good. We in the mix. It's all good. Today's opening day, baseball opening day, folks. Bill and myself are Giants fans. This is how we do. So yeah, it's a long way to go. Appreciate you, Bill. Truly appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, I have found it. I told y'all before, I have found it. I have proof that giants can walk softly. The one and only Sri Lal in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Great to be here. Thank you, Elemental RMT and Poets. I'm at Srilal Dave on Instagram. This is a draft. Knowledge is bondage. What I think I know breaks like glass. I dance in your light, which is no more or less than sun or fire. Like sun or fire, we each rise at our respective hours to fall again, cold, no more than a hidden moon, still ripe in the dark. The marigolds are yet to bloom before the hard frost. My tongue births so many worlds that tremble while I sleep. I am the battlefield, burnt and rutted, the bones of your dead. I am fire and rice. I am a stone face strung with flowers. I am what I want and what I do not, so I thirst for the salt water of a distant ocean. Standing on your shore, I name things as one way or the other. I sing, I strut, I drum, but there is no one to know. I ask why anyone would raise a gun over God or oil. Even an ant carries his dead. The iron wheel of this world turns round from ashen ruin and back to bloom again. Whether I sleep, dream, or wake makes no difference. My mouth is your mouth. My hands are your hands. My feet are your feet. I am this river sky mirror I swim. When the water hyacinth opens, I find I am this world you have dreamed. Friend, I do not know myself any more than I know you. The sky breaks, fire and air merge, earth and water part ways. I breathe. I am breath, I am water, I am light. Peace.
Told y'all, like a giant that walks softly. I don't know how she does it, but she does. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sri Law.
That was one hell of a rough
Always
draft.
speak-
Wow.
Always
Yeah.
speaking from the true essence of things. Never,
Even an
never
act
the.
carries its dead.
Yes, that was a great line. Yeah.
See, this is also what I love about our community, right? Because this is the place that you bring your new shit. Y'all got to know that, right? This is the place that you bring it. The open mic space is the space that you do things exactly like that, right? Fresh ink, you want to call it new shit, you want to call it whatever you want to call it, right? However, I used to call it paint slinging, right? Because all of my poems were still wet, all of them. But when you do things like that, right? Like you said, what I think I know breaks like glass. And you said, I am the battlefield, right? That had so much Pat Benatar in my ear, right? That whole love is a battlefield thing in my brain just rattling like, I am a stone face strung with flowers, right? Why anyone would raise a gun over God? My hands are your hands, right? I do not know myself any more than you. Come on. Thank you, Sri Law, for continuing to come through and share your incredible artistry with us. We always look forward to your work. Truly appreciate you. Coming up next, you have heard this cat's voice all evening. Every time the microphones are open, you can hear him getting down. This incredible magician continues to come through as a pillar of our community. He is now a host of his own open mic, Chaos Magic, every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you plug in. Shout out Open Minds. Shout out Catalyst. The one and only Gustav Solace in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you online, Gustav. It is always great to see you, Megas. Come on, take it away.
Great to see you, Elemental, RMT, beloved poets. So glad to be here tonight. Yes, I can be found at Instagram at Magus801, Magus 801. I have two pieces about my favorite beloved herb, ganja. The first piece is an original, the second is a cover. Here we go. This is Hymn for the Cannabis. Bless this vapor that passes between my lips, that helps to calm this nervous twitch, lifts me high to write new shit, which I come here today to spit. My beloved herb keeps me sane. It helps my troubled brain when morons won't refrain from taking power in this nation. I need a THC vacation. And my second piece is the sublime version of the Toys song, Smoke Two Joints. She was living in a single room with three other individuals. One of them was a male, and the other two, well, the other two were females. God only knows what they were up to in there. And furthermore, Susan, I wouldn't be the least surprised to learn that all four of them habitually smoked marijuana cigarettes, reefers. I smoke two joints in the morning. I smoke two joints at night. I smoke two joints in the afternoon. It makes me feel all right. I smoke two joints in times of peace and two in time of war. I smoke two joints before I smoke two joints, and then I smoke some more. Smoke cigarettes till the day she dies. Took a big spliff of some good sensimelia. Smoked cigarettes till the day she dies. Took a big sniff of some good sensimelia. Easy E was never caught slipping. Hell nah. Daddy, he once told me, son, you be a hardworking man. And Mama, she once told me, son, you do the best you can. Then one day I met a man, he came to me and said, hard work is good, hard work is fine, but first take care of head. Whoa, rock me into the night, just say, oh. Thank you. Love you all.
Listen, that dude just comes up to do it every single time. I promise you. Unmute yourself,
We
give
love
it
you
up.
too.
Gustav.
Woo! Gustav,
Hey, like,
woo!
whoa, man.
Gustav, man, you hit it right
Talking
out of the
about the
ballpark, man.
reefer, man.
That was amazing.
Oh,
Oh my
man.
goodness, Gustav, amazing. Funny, amazing.
Oh my goodness. Like, yo, listen, I'm sure we could do an entire theme about the devil's lettuce. And everybody would have a different word for it. Like right now, I could probably unmute everybody and everyone would have a different name for it. Depending on where you're from, depending on what generation you're from, you have a different name for it. It's crazy. I love it. Thank you, Gustav, right? He said it's a hymn for cannabis, right? Helps to calm this nervous twitch, right? Oh, yes. So Debbie's saying she can hardly smoke it anymore because it makes her cough. Listen, they have so many new ways of distribution. So many. So many. If you want to consume it, there's ways. It helps my troubled brain, Gustav said. Yes, indeed. I need a THC vacation. Yes. Yes. Smoke 2 joints. That shit was just funny, man. He said it was a Talking Head song, right? Said, smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints before I smoke some more. Love it. Generalissimo said iceberg is the devil's lettuce. I couldn't agree with you more, sir. We will hear from the Iron Chef of Poetry soon. Professor Platinum said Reefer Madness. If you're unaware of that movie, please check it out. It's black and white. It's bananas. It's bananas. It really is. Like, I'm gonna have to show my students that, as a matter of fact. Appreciate you. I'll put that on. Yeah, I'm gonna show that to my students. Man, appreciate you, Gustav. Make sure y'all plugging in with Chaos Magic. Bring your own poem, just like Gustav did, and bring a cover poem. All right, rock out on Monday nights. All right, coming up next. Oh, y'all, here he is. He's got it on him. I always say, we're about to get our week put in tune because this credible cat's got his instrument this evening. The one and only Joski C in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Joski, it's always great to see you. Please take it away.
Hey, Elemental, at Joski C. Coming through?
Fantastic, sir. Take it away.
So this is something I wrote a while back. This song references two trials. The trial of the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery and the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, a white teenager who brought an AR-15 to a Black Lives Matter march and killed someone. This is called Two Trials. We don't need no more black pastors coming here, said the murderer's lawyer, said the murderer's lawyer. Unholy Trinity, Father, Son, and neighbor, self-appointed posse, hunting a black jogger. Tried by a posse, citizens arrest, arrested heart, arrested breath. We're watching Justice in America, Justice in America. We're watching Justice in America. Judge say clap your hands for the witness on the stand. He's a veteran, he's the defendant's man. Witness, the judge say clap for the witness on the stand. Then look at the defendant, a ruined teen with an AR-15. Tried by a posse, citizens arrested heart, arrested breath. We're watching justice in America. Justice in America. We're watching justice in America. Whips and chains of history, never far behind. They want more and more white bubbles on the jury to acquit with their skin, to acquit with their skin. They want more and more white bubbles on the jury. 11 out of 12 ain't enough for them. Tried by a posse, citizens arrested heart, arrested breath. We're watching justice in America. Justice in America. We're watching justice in America. Whips and chains of history, never far behind. Racist lawyer, biased judge, spouting their supremacist grudge. Bubba jury, ruined teen, black jogger murdered for having a dream. Tried by a posse, citizens arrested heart, arrested breath. We're watching justice in America. Justice in America. We're watching justice in America.
That is the Joski chord. I'm just gonna call it that from now on. It always is on the Joski chord. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski C.
Yeah, Joski.
Wonderful.
Talent for days. Talent for days.
This dude.
Awesome.
Joski!
Powerful.
My new favorite artist.
CC in the building. We gonna get to CC. Trust. Listen, I told y'all we about to get our week in balance. Joski C does that. I don't know how he does that, but I'm thankful he does it here. Joski, listen, man, I'm telling you, that Joski chord, it's just in tune with the universe, sir. It really, really is. We're watching Justice in America. Like, I can't even say it without even wanting to sing it because the tempo, the melody is just stuck. Judge says, clap your hands for the witness on the stand. Whips and chains of history, never far behind. They want white juries to acquit with their skin. To acquit with their skin. More and more white bubbles in the jury. 11 out of 12 ain't enough. What? 11 out of 12 ain't enough. Especially when you got a racist lawyer and a biased judge. Come on, man. Joski said it's a trial by posse. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's how you do it, Joski. We truly appreciate you. I'm telling you, that Joski chord is key, man. It really does, man, help to align our week. Thank you, Joski, for always hanging out with us and being as dope as you are. Shout out Deneen. Love y'all, man. Appreciate you. Coming up next, I told y'all we would get to this cat, a cat that I like to call the Iron Chef of Poetry. One thing I can definitely tell you about this incredible poet is everything he thinks is all in his mind. The one and only Generalissimo in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Generalissimo. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
There we go.
Booyah. Let's go, Generalissimo.
I just put it in the chat, and on Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I will be featuring for Brownstone Poets with Edith Blackbird and Marissa Prada. You do have to register for that. I put all that information. Then on next Monday is my next Cafe Generalissimo, and I'm just going to read some poems. And I just want to say, I'm going to shout out to Deneen too, because I met her in person, and I met Joski in person, and I'll tell you what wonderful people and kind human beings these two are, and what a great, beautiful couple they are. I mean, I can't say enough about his music, but just him and his wife are a beautiful story. So let me go ahead and read some poems. What did I have for you? Oh, here we go. How to become a ghost without really trying. People who ghost other people are people who thrive on having an imagined last word by not having to say any words at all. As a result, for the record, there is no record on record. One more reason Charlotte regretted not having daughters. Charlotte's boys built a snowman while she cooked her famous pineapple white chocolate snow day flapjacks. As the kids smothered maple cardamom coconut cream on the jacks, she noticed a band of fuchsia on the snowman. She layered up in long johns, fleece sweats, ski socks, and vinyl knee-high snow boots. Charlotte tromped through post-blizzard snow to discover her $250 designer cashmere scarf on the snowman. The water damage was irreparable, according to the dry cleaner. After the snow melted, she handed her eldest son a spade to dig a grave. She had her youngest son play taps on a kazoo, while the middle son recited "The Lord is my shepherd" in its entirety. The cashmere scarf was buried in a Havanista cedar cigar box coffin. For posterity, her husband videotaped the only funeral for a scarf in modern history. During the ceremony, Charlotte drank from a goblet filled with farm-fresh apple cider she secretly wished was rum. And this poem was actually published in the Same Page anthology, which was produced by the University of Cork College Creative Writing Program. And then just one more piece. Why the armadillo community has a $10,000 dead or alive bounty on my head. While driving home after lunch with a friend from San Francisco and Bar Harbor, I ran over an armadillo. During my almost 23-year residency in the state of Maine, I had seen deer, skunks, turkeys, and foxes crossing the street, but this was the first armadillo. Unfortunately, due to the fact this was a high-traffic two-lane road, and there was a metal road barrier on the right with no shoulder, the armadillo had to be done in. My front right tire steamrolled over it, making a loud cracking noise which threw me for a loop, making me take a deep breath. When I passed the barrier, I pulled over to the shoulder, exhaled, and exited my car. I walked to see if there was damage to the front passenger tire. There was not. I was also concerned there might be blood, brains, and guts that sprayed onto the paint. There was not. At that moment, I guess I wasn't so concerned about the armadillo I had murdered with my Nissan Rogue. I think armadillos are lifetime monogamists. If the armadillo was a mom, the dad would likely drink himself to death, then the kids would become orphans. If the armadillo was a dad, the mom would have to take more than one job to make ends meet, turning the kids into latchkey kids destined for the gang life. As a result of my heinous crime, after I expressed my concerns to my competent therapist of over 4 years, my therapist fired me. Thank you.
You know, I'm telling you, it takes a Generalissimo poem. I'm telling you, unmute yourself. Give it up for Generalissimo.
It takes a Generalissimo. Oh, I heard that.
Generalissimo.
It takes a generalissimo to write a poem.
Like,
I love that.
this is, I'm telling you, this is why I call him the Iron Chef of poetry, right? And if you know anything about cooking and the Iron Chef, it's all about attention to detail, right? All of it. And Generalissimo happens to be that guy. I'm telling you, he's been doing this for years, breaking it down like this. I'm telling you. Like, for the record, there is no record on record. He said she had her son play taps on the kazoo, and her husband filmed the only funeral for a scarf in human history. As far as armadillo go, he said if the armadillo was a mom that was killed, then the dad would likely drink himself to death. That's terrible. You know, again, I told y'all the storytellers were in the building, and the way we craft stories in this building, I'm telling you, it's nothing but a masterclass every Thursday. Thank you, Generalissimo. He mentioned quite a few things that he's going to be involved in, folks. Make sure you are plugging in. All right, Generalissimo is all over the place, and he's incredible all the time. Thank you, Generalissimo, for hanging out with us. All right, coming up next, another one of our resident musicians in the building, moonlights as a comedian. I'm telling you, this cat's crazy talented. Another cat with the brim on, loving the brim. Listen, this cat's about to do it to you too. The one and only Catman Bill in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Catman. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you. Well, that's where I do my writing, and there's no paywall. Said the issue, the topic of discussion is weed, so I'll perform the song that I've never performed before until today, and I think it's around 10 years old, but it was written after after I went before the Connecticut State Pardons Bureau to ask for a pardon for being busted for selling marijuana to undercover agents back in the 1970s. And so anyway, this is it. Conviction, conviction, conviction. The state board has pardoned my conviction for selling marijuana back in 1974. Looking back, I should have sold some more. Leo Shupron was the cop who made the bust. Took me from my mama's home in cuffs after booking in the old Hartford Sim Street jail. Next morning was released and out on bail. Conviction, conviction, conviction. The state board has pardoned my conviction for selling marijuana back in 1974. Looking back, I should have sold some more. My days on the street were short and nice. Getting busted, I had to pay the price. It made me fully change my destiny. A shameful time for me to sing about this strife. Conviction, conviction, conviction. The state board has pardoned my conviction for selling marijuana back in 1974. Looking back, I should have sold some more. Looking back, I should have sold some more.
Listen, I'm telling you, greatest community in the world. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Catman Bill.
Hey, Catman. Oh,
Woohoo! Right, Catman.
So, you know, and this would end
They should
my,
legalize weed. Oh, they already did.
they already,
not, not until the politicians can bank on it. And
That
it costs
was
$250,000 for a license.
that song was a great story, Mr. Catman.
So in 2019, it was legalized in Massachusetts. I had to drive up to Northampton and go into a store and buy some legal weed, which I did. And I even insisted on taking a picture of the dude behind the counter selling it to me. I've outgrown it. I still have that weed in my top drawer in my bureau. You know, I
just going to ask if he could front me a lid.
Oh, sure. No problem. Just Venmo me.
Y'all are incredible. You see what I'm saying? This is what I love about family. This is what I love about our community, man, is that we can just have a great time with each other, yo. And we do this, and we've been doing it. Listen, make sure you plug in with Catman Bill, right? One more time, Catman, make sure you got that up there. Listen, make sure you plug in with Catman Bill, right? Catman has got a book that he has written. He's an incredible musician. He tells some crazy ass jokes. I'm telling you, an all-around talented, creative being. Appreciate you, Catman. Golly. Like, if that's not the premise for a movie, I don't know. Like, he said, looking back, I should have sold more. Asking for a pardon for selling herb to a narc. Ooh-wee. We could have not known Catman Bill, right? He could have been Catman up the river. Like, oh man. Appreciate you, Catman. Truly, for coming through, for continuing to come through and share your incredible artistry with us. Thank you, sir. Truly appreciate you. One more poet on the guaranteed list, and then we're going to get to the good luck round. And trust me, it's some heavyweights. Coming up next, speaking of heavyweights, this incredible poet, I've said, even inspired my moms to say, you know what? I think I may want to get down on this. Shout out, moms. The one and only Tracy, Tracy, Mom Core is in the building with all of her beautiful splendor and all of the great things that she has done and will continue to do for not just our community, but for the world. Please, it is great to see you. Take it away.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. I'm certainly enjoying myself. Especially, the songs about weed, because it's amazing. Because I came up in that same era when it was illegal, and now you can walk through the streets and go somewhere and buy it legally. That's mind blowing. But last month was Black History Month. This is Women's Month, so I'm going with Black women. So the name of this poem is about ancient African queens. The whole story can never be told of all the ancient queens so beautiful and bold. Queen Makeda, known as the Queen of Sheba, was an eminent queen from Ethiopia, written about in the Bible, known for her riches and style. Traveled to Israel to meet King Solomon, known for his compassion and his wisdom. They fell in love and had Menelik, a son. The root of David fathered many generations to come. Cleopatra VII, usually portrayed as white. Factually speaking, this is not right. She came in power at 17 and was the most popular of the 7 queens, known to be of mixed descent. A great linguist and a ruler most diligent, turned Kemet into a superpower. She was one of Egypt's most beautiful flowers. Queen Candace an Ethiopian empress, a formidable woman, Black general, fearless and courageous. She stopped Alexander the Great in his tracks and forced that menacing foe to turn back at the Ethiopian border to avoid being slaughtered by a great Black queen leading her army, always ready to defend Ethiopia's liberty. Queen Ya Asantewa of the Ashanti Empire led her people filled with an inner fire in a rebellion against British rule when they tried to usurp the golden stool, a sacred symbol believed to possess the soul of the people, enabling them to ward off Britain's desire for gold and control. The queen and her warriors fought with courage and dedication in defense of the Ashanti people, wanting respect for their traditions. Queen Amina, ruler of Zaria, in what is now part of northern Nigeria. Even as a child, she displayed warrior qualities. She trained and earned the respect of the male-dominated military. She became the first queen to lead an army of 20,000, and conquest after conquest she would win, expanding the kingdom to its largest in history. She is now a revered queen for her military abilities. Queen Izinga, monarch of the Mbundu, Angelona territory, led a 30-year war against the Portuguese, refusing to make slave trade concessions, as well as not allowing them to control her nation. She was very adept at forming political agreements with the intent of protecting her people from potential enslavement. Even in her 60s, she led her troops personally, and at 80, died in her sleep peacefully. Mbuyu, grandmother, Nahanda, a Shona spiritual leader in Zimbabwe. A statue in her honor stands tall today. She inspired the people to fight in the 1980s for their land and lives against the British, seizing, stealing, full of lies, confiscating all that they could in search of gold. Yet the people rose up, audacious and bold. The British captured her and sentenced her to death. Her last words, "My bones will rise again. We will have our freedom yet." A Hebrew queen, Dahia al-Kahina. Queen Nandi, Shaka Zulu's mother. Queen Nefertari brought Egypt together in unity. Queen Nefertiti earned her place in history. Queen Hatshepsut, warrior queen from Kemet. Nubian Queen Tai, mother of King Tut. The whole story can never be told of all the ancient queens, so beautiful and bold. That's for Women's History Month, Black History Month, all put together. Thank you.
So can I just add to Mom Tracy, Mom Cord to that list? Of course I can. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mom Tracy, Mom Cord.
Right.
Oh,
Queen to
beautiful.
Mom.
Oh.
Let's add Toman. That was so educational and amazing. That was powerful. That was great. Thank you for this.
Yeah, I was going to say, you hear about these examples singularly. So it's great to have them all together in one poem like that.
Great point. Great point. Because usually, listen, and these stories are massive. These stories are extensive, right? But it takes a creative being. It takes an incredible poet to bring them all and have them exist in one poem, right? It's crazy that, listen, I was just watching the story of Queen Njinga. I was just watching that like 2 days ago about how she refused to subjugate her people, right? Or submit her people into further slavery because that is what the Portuguese wanted. But she was fighting with the Pope to make sure they saw her as a sovereign. Yeah, it was a whole big deal. But thank you for that, right? For bringing the Black queens back into the forefront of our minds, right? All of them, from the ones that have turned Kemen into a superpower, stopping Alexander the Great in his tracks, to Queen Njinga, to Queen Nandi, right? Shaka Zulu's mother. All of these incredible queens that have paved the way for young women of color to know that they come from royalty, right? Thank you. Thank you for that, for what you do, for rocking with us all evening, for continuing to share your voice with us. Thank you for all that you do and continue to do. We appreciate you. All right, folks, we are getting into the good luck round. We got 4 folks to rock with us this evening, so let's get to it. Coming up first, I think this person may have gotten bit by the bug. She has been in the mix all evening. I have seen her expressions. Listen, y'all, she is in the mix. The one and only Angelina is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find
everybody.
you. Great to see you. Please, take it away.
All right. So again, I don't post my poems online. It's just coming from, I saw that our theme this week was weed. So I wrote this actually today, and tell me what you think. Weed me. The week I had has been the week of crazy. Turns and bend. I need to get out of this armor we call anxiety. Means to an end. Weed me. I pull you open. Your smell fills my nose, making my lungs pucker. I get my Dutch, crack its spine, dump the guts. Let's roll this motherfucker. Weed me. I run my tongue along the slit, making sure it's moist. You're gonna make me cave. It's that chocolate. It's that fire. It's that dro. It's brown sugar, babe. I get high off your love. I don't know how to behave. Weed me. I'm taking you in deep, feeling you in my chest and dancing in my lungs. You are replacing all that bullshit that I have been hearing and have been inhaling. All that, I'm sorry, we're not interested. You're not what we wanted. You're a woman. What did you expect? Type of bullshit. I cough that bullshit out and pull on you tight. Lips pursed, deep inhale and hold. Hold you like a mama hugs her baby when she's crying. Hold. Hold you like a lover on a dark, rainy night. Hold. Hold you down deep, like all my homies. This is legit. Weed me. Oh man, this shit's got me wondering. Wondering like on a plethora of songs I've sang, books I've read, people I've fucked. It's Woodstock Summer Jam 1990 in here, baby. Funny how a 5-leaf clover cousin can make my mind go from dark to light, uptight to chill. How it can turn my world of worry and sorrow into a state of mental clarity. Damn. Starting to feel that heat near my fingertips. The clip of you is getting shorter. Ain't it sad that it has to end almost as quickly as it began? Why can't you last as long as I do with all the shit that I have got on my plate? I mean, I run meetings, I teach the youth, I'm earning a degree, and I'm dealing with the mental instabilities that we all carry from our broken childhoods. Like, Baby, I'm your biggest fan. But I'm good. I mean, I'm good. You laid me out with that 1-2 knockout. That fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee fight. Sleep is so sweet when you enter my mind and we become one. Good night. Until tomorrow, when we meet again. Inhale you, weed me.
Now, see, I was wondering if somebody was going to write a love letter, and I think we just got it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Angelina.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Probably one of the best props so far. That was right into the theme, but you hit the theme maker in the head. That was good.
You
I know.
know,
I saw Elemental going back in the seat.
like, yo, she went to split it down the spine on him. Like, hold on. I don't know if y'all even listen. That was pretty odd, I have to say. I was taken off guard a couple of times. I was like, wait, what? She said, hold it, deep inhale and hold it, hold like a lover on a dark, rainy night. Weed me. Weed me, Seymour. Woodstock Summer Jam 1990 up in here, baby. Oh, yeah, it's blowing, it's flowing, it's going. You better be knowing. Turn worry and sorrow into a state of mental clarity. Man, if that's not... I've said before, it allows people to compartmentalize their thoughts, so it's not just a million voices racing and fighting for the same airspace. But that just makes you more dangerous, because now you can hear, oh, that's what you were saying? I got you. Oh, that's what you were saying? Got you too, baby. Appreciate you. I'm your biggest fan. Like, literally, figuratively. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you, Angelina. Make sure you come back through, right? You're always welcome here. We love your work. And you can puff past them all day long, and we will be here to smoke them with you. Appreciate you. Let's split that shit. All right. 3 more poets, folks. I was really trying to get y'all out of here in under 3 hours. I really was. I really am not trying to keep y'all all night. I really don't be trying to keep y'all all night. I really don't. But I understand how important the space is, and everyone needs every moment of their time and space. So I'm going to be here for it. All right. Coming up next, I have had the pleasure of experiencing this next poet's work a few times, and I'm telling you, this incredible poet does this. Like, and you will hear her remind you that we do this. The one and only Debbie Segal in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. Thank you, everyone. I'm not on theme. I'm doing some sort of philosophical musings, and this is called Skateboarders Search for Meaning. Knuckle down without gravity, because the prison of memories is hollow, he said. An array of ignorant notions to lull yourself past, locked away, sinking. Absolute truth, he said, is a transparent paradigm, and it transforms everything into the agreed upon world, he said. That which is seen, heard, touched, tasted, smelled isn't real. Death, by the same token, isn't the ultimate escape, he said. Consensus existence is a lie. All that which is customary to presume, all that consciousness conceives or creates with the imagination, he said. Anything. Just go for broke, because you cannot die in a dream. This is all a dream, an impossible staircase when seen from above, he said. Or is it the Penrose triangle in which top meets bottom, akin to trick photography, optical illusion, special effects? He said, this all-encompassing panorama is a vague dream, plucked randomly by the spirit finger of space-time, he said. Right now, you're deliriously enthralled by a depth of will. The ancients teach, false self supplants true self, turns to no self, he said. When you do deeds rooted below the belt, in the trenches, and you're in the waiting room of the abyss, go ahead and carve away, he said. Dark slide, goofy foot down the rail to the basement, he said. And then he spoke no more. Thank you.
She just threw out some skateboard stuff on y'all, some snowboard, skateboard stuff on y'all, like that. That was unexpected, but dope as hell. Unmute yourself, give it up for Debbie Segal.
Debbie,
Oh,
that's some wisdom, woman.
That was
Woo,
incredible.
kicking it.
Oh.
Got a philosopher poet in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
Giving it to us with a little beat side.
He said,
I was not expecting that. I have to say, I was not expecting the skateboard to show up. Everything else I was cool with until she said that she was gonna goofy foot down the rail. Like, listen, unless you've been on a board and spent some time on a board, you don't even know what goofy foot is, right? But golly, how do you go like she mentioned it, right? Skateboarders searching for memories. How do you go from transparent paradigm to goofy foot down the rail to the basement? You cannot die in a dream, right? Because this is all a dream. It was all a dream. Optical illusion, right? This all-encompassing panorama. Enthralled by a death of will? Come on. In the waiting room of the abyss? Like, thank you, Debbie. Like, listen, the community needs to hear you. So thank you for sharing it with us. Thank you for the fervency with which you deliver your work and with which you write it. Truly appreciate you. Don't be a stranger. Find yourself here every Thursday night. 2 poets left. And these cats just kind of do this thing. So I'll prepare you now to strap yourself in for the next 2. Because they're kind of gonna do this thing to your brain. Coming up first. Shout out to Concrete Generation. Shout out to Keeper of Concrete. Shout out the Fire Breathing Dragon. Shout out Bird. Shout out Double Trouble. Like, listen, man, there's so many things. This incredible cat, one of the best poets in the world, the future poet laureate of Earth, the one and only CP Mays in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, folks. It is always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Before I say anything, shout outs to the Goofies. I ride Goofy. Like, that's me on my skateboard. I ride Goofy, so I know what that means. Even when I was in the Marine Corps, I had a chance to snowboard in the French Alps. And believe it or not, for everyone that's not white, the whole black people don't like water thing, it molds over to snow. Everybody was looking at me like, why is this dude on a snowboard? Like, he's not of our, like, this dude is not in the right place. But I have a poem for you. Shout out to the Goofies. Yeah. It's called Hell's Proof. There's an angel bedwetting inside the wedding band on your wedding hand, on your wedding finger. A monogamous promise that's not supposed to slip outside your reach. What the hell am I doing here is asking rhetorical questions like, when was the last time you were happy? Like, how much whiskey does it take to screw in the light bulbs of your self-esteem? Like, if you made a marriage with metaphor mannequins, black tar heroin, and cigarette butts, would the God give me graceful gutter inside your gift of gab be mistaken as a miracle for the masses or a middle finger to the pompous poetry prestigious asses? Hell's proof that God's grudge comes with timeless temper tantrums. So if need be, walk through hell with gasoline draws on, cause heaven's a hell of a hallelujah of a drug, so get stoned like Jesus did. Afterlife is an afterthought. If you're an angel, if you think I'm lying, ask always and forever. We defied the odds of never settling for breaking even or breaking down or backing down. Tell time to keep up with our secondhand halo hand-me-downs. Tell paradise to change the paper where the cage bird sings. Tell all of the stray dogs I've ever pet to stop feeding pussy to every other stray dog that you meet. Yesterday, I flipped the bird towards one of my fragile backbones. Realize that the mirror is just a professional liar and karma's a blank check. Life's a bitch that I can't keep wet. Gamble on yourself, even if it's a poker face bet. My catharsis is a comet tail. I hitchhiked through the galaxy of your grin on. Your mouth, a miracle heaven doesn't make anymore. Mi amore, your tongue, it's become a bully in the back of my throat. Your French kiss is the parole board freeing me from my bad convictions. Your thighs, two lips, a two-strike pitch. My tongue plans on hitting a home run through your hearts. A house I've packed my bags and left from way too many times. The fever of your feminine, sexy scripture sweats. My favorite across sensual skin nibbles. My favorite font. I want to dip all of my typeface into the narcotic liquid of your silhouette just to write, rewrite, and edit myself back into the nape of your neck. Deep dive underwater wishing wells until I owe you every vowel in my breath. Hashtag respect. Hashtag I'm a fucking train wreck. Hashtag I love with no regret. Hashtag you are my no regret. Poem. Goofy, Rod Goofy, love you, Debbie.
That cat said poem. I say ridiculous. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CP.
Yes.
Amazing maze. Oh.
Awesome.
The crazy part is, you come across these instances where you're with the person you're supposed to be with. For me, it was watching my wife on a half pipe drop in with no fear.
No. That's love. That's love right there.
That's love right there, right?
That's love, because that's so deep. Those are those deep plunges that we look at when we're falling in love with people. We're just like, I'm gonna do it. And then we take it. That's it.
Shout out Swanee West. Birds don't worry about that type of shit, man. Like, birds just fly. Like, why am I dropping into a damn half pipe? I fly. Like, but that is love. for a creature that flies to still ground themselves to prove it to you. Right? Listen, Maze, you know what you do, man. It's hell's proof that heaven got a problem. That's what you are, sir. Hell's proof that heaven got a problem with a kid with a crack halo and duct tape. Because as soon as he run out of duct tape, he on your ass, Mr. Postman. He on your ass. And he said it, right? Secondhand halo hand-me-downs. Right? The mirror is just a professional liar. I didn't ask you, AI, about a secondhand halo hand-me-down. I'm talking to the community. The AI decided that she was going to get involved. Like, I'm not talking to you. For real. She was like, oh, a secondhand halo hand-me-down is like, no, I didn't ask you anything. Life is just a bitch I can't keep wet. He said the comment I hitchhiked the galaxy of your grin on. Become the bully in the back of my throat. The narcotic of your silhouette. I missed the line in between that. I missed it because I was going ballistic. You said into the narcotic something of your silhouette. What was that line, Maze? Coming back at you. What was that line in between those?
The narcotic liquid of your silhouette.
That's even worse because you turned a solid into a liquid with that gas that you're spitting. Damn it, this dude's scientific at every turn. Appreciate you, Maze, for real. Shout out Concrete Generation. I told that cat I'm just going to start calling him Mr. Trainwreck because he just leaves bodies. He just leaves bodies behind him. Yeah, coming back at you, folks.
Sorry, I'm so bad on promoting myself. I can promote the hell out of everybody else, but not me. On the 30th, Saturday, it's Global Bipolar Day, and I'm doing a feature for some cats. So I'll put the information in chat. If not, CP Maze is my handle at IG. I'll shoot you the info. Thank y'all. Shout out to somebody who sends somebody some love on Global Bipolar Day. Send some people you love some love.
Facts on facts. Be on the lookout for cpmaze.com. Listen, this dude he's the real deal. I want y'all to know that. Be on the lookout for a couple of collaborative efforts between Elemen2al and CP Maze. He's one of those dudes. All right. We are going to end the evening with our resident piano man who likes to fancy on one side as a poet and fancy on the other side as a musician, as if he was Two-Face. Just one cat. He just happens to be hella incredibly creative. The one and only CCR Chagra is closing us out this evening. Let these folks know where they can find you, CC. Always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Thank you. I put it in the chat a hot second ago. Thank you for letting me do the two things here so I can pull this off. I'm going to make some noise in the house, and that's just the way it goes. I usually don't do on theme, but I was inspired. This is not new shit. This is wet ink shit. Now I'll play a song. Life kicks you. Love slaps you for caring with compassion. Work charges you for earning a living. You are guilty of the crime of being the other and yourself. Makes you ask, where is the intelligence of a plant? Bless you, my five-finger friend. You are the self of medication. Bring me not away, but home. to the way love feels. Long as you're smoking it and it's not smoking you. Remember that. The creator of dreams. That's what you all are, the creator of dreams. Sometimes you let all the blame go so the original you can become the creator of dreams. A darkness born, here comes the storm generation. A truth untold to the youth of old. Older than all your birthdays. Older than time. Trauma reigned before words came, till books could read, worlds born to be. Faster than what happened, faster than pain. Sometimes you let all the blame go so the original you can become the creator of dreams. Sometimes you just close your eyes to see the pain leave. Sometimes you just close your eyes to understand why you're not free. The clock of love was running, and the dawn of dusk was found. There's apparently a tightrope high above, no nettle ground. The beginning born of endings is not the flip of the same coin, and the soul of time is born here in this dimension, where there's no war. Sometimes you just close your eyes in order to see the pain leave. Sometimes you just close your eyes to understand why you're not free. Sometimes you let all the blame go so the original you can become the creator of dreams. That's each and every one of you.
That boy bad. I'm telling you, that boy bad. Unmute yourself. Give it up for C.C.R. Shagra.
Right on, CC.
CC,
Woo!
As long as you're smoking it and it's not smoking you, remember that.
Got the munchies yet?
I know.
No.
You got some ramen in the back cabinet?
I
You got some ramen and some potato
I got a
chips?
reason that it took me like 2 years to get rid of an eighth over at Skywalker. I'm up in my little next door neighbor dispensary there. I was over a year and a half ago. I bought an eighth, so it's medicinal. But when you need it, that's a friend.
Are you singing to the Luke Skywalker? You said thank you for being a friend, like he's one of your golden people. Listen, man. Listen. Listen, they've been singing about Puff the Magic Dragon for a long time. You know, they've been passing the duchy on the left-hand side for a long time. I think from CCR to Peter, Paul, and Mary, Simon and Garfunkel, like everybody has dipped and dabbled. Listen, folks, stay tuned for the folks in the building. We are going to go to a cipher, a quick 15-minute cipher after we end the live stream. CC, excuse me. CC, what you do, man, you are really, really one of those voices, man. I really can't thank you enough for staying so dedicated to being one of those true voices. You said work changes you for earning a living. You are guilty of the crime of being an other. And the line that just, I'm going to be unpacking this one for a while. Let all the blame go so the original you can become the creator of dreams. Sir, you're one of those writers. Who was that? It was an old Bill Cosby thing, but he had this pen, and every time he would write with this pen, it would make a noise, right? It would like the pen would sing back to him. And that's kind of what I feel like what you do when you write songs, like your pen sings back to you, right? And I appreciate you for staying so committed to that, man, truly. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do, for sharing it with us. Make sure you plug in with CCR Shagra, the open microphone, all his projects, really, for real. Make sure you plug in. CC is really that dude. He is really about it. As I said, folks, for those who are in the room, make sure you hang out. We are going to get into the cipher for a few minutes. Listen, it has been an incredible evening. It is the last Thursday of Women's History Month. We are going to be digging into National Poetry Month next week. Listen, make sure you are plugging in with the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Get some merch representing your part of the world. To every poet who touched the mic this evening, from the blacksmith Michael Sindler all the way to our resident piano man NCCR Shagra and everyone in between, I thank you so very much for rocking with us, spending your Thursday night with us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend it with us. So I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again, may this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until we meet again, peace. Blessings.